driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everyone. Man. I hope everybody's having a good day. Gotta warn you guys, my brain is just not working today. So there may not be much excitement here. I don't know. That may change. I don't know. Morning, David. Good to see you. Good to see you. Today we're going to be talking about treasures of the past, right? And a little bit of pirate stuff. Arg, matey. It's in September, right? National Talk Like a Pirate Day is in September, I believe. I used to go to work and I'd talk like a pirate all day. I don't know. I did weird things when I was still drinking that I thought were funny. Anyway, man, I'm trying to figure out like where I'm at, and I'm not. Right before I came on, I was listening to Stephen Furtick, and he was talking about being numb, and I'm like, that's kind of how I feel right now. I feel numb because I've a lot of emotions were coming at me yesterday. Not from anybody necessarily in particular, just I could feel a lot of emotions. There was a lot of sadness yesterday. There was a lot of fear, but we got through it. Right? And when that happens, I tend to cut myself off, but I can't do that either, because if we're numb, then we don't know what's going on around us, right? That means something's going to happen, and we're probably not going to see it. He used a physical example, but I'm using kind of a spiritual one, right? So what happens when I go into this? Well, the next stage is going to be, I already know what the next stage will be. And I don't want to. No, I don't feel like going there, man. The next stage is I'll get upset, and what I'm doing is I'm distracting myself from what I really need to do, and I'm not gonna let that happen today. Usually, I follow that path because I don't realize that I'm going down it, right? Because I am numb, right? And that made me realize that. It also made me realize that I don't want to go that route again. That's the same. I know that road. I know what's going to happen down that road, and I'm not going to take it today. Nope, I'm not going there. So let's get to the daily reflection. Let's talk about that a little bit. Oh, if you are here, please say hello, whether you are watching the live or the rewatch. Oh, you guys will love this. So Restream told me, they gave me some bullshit answer about how their analytics, are this or that. The point is that you're pulling bad analytics and handing them to me as a benefit. Period. That's what you're doing. But they're going to defend their company, right? Can you blame them? Jill, good to see you. Miss your face. I hope everything went well the other day. You're home, so I'm presuming, or no, you'll get information back. Okay. See, it's hard to keep up with everybody. Treasures of the past, showing others who suffer how we were given help is the very thing which makes life seem so worthwhile to us now. Cling to the thought that in God's hands, the dark past are the greatest possession you have, the key to life of and happiness for others. With it, you can avert death and misery for them. See, and then I read this. Morning, Trish. Good to see you. I read this, and I'll tell you what went through my mind. Because I'm thinking, okay, if people aren't wanting to do this, if people aren't wanting to do that with me, then I'll just scale back and do it myself. And that bothers me. And it bothers me because it is normies that are standing in my way, and it's starting to piss me off. It is starting to make me, I don't want to say angry, but pretty darn frustrated. I've been working on my swearing, if you haven't noticed. And I'll tell you why. Because the other day, I don't know if you guys heard, my brother-in-law was pissed. Hey, Corey, good to see you. It's like all my friends are showing up today. He was yelling and screaming. I don't know if you guys could hear it. And I was over here thinking, that's what she goes through. I gotta watch it. Well, did I get on my brother-in-law? Nah. You guys hear swearing all the time. So you probably didn't even hear it, but it brought something up in me, right? And that made me think about it a little bit longer. So, Alcoholics Anonymous, page 124. All my big books are upstairs. Talks amongst yourselves. I'm sorry. Take me like 5 seconds. "12 seconds. That's how long it took. Hey, Jackie. Jackie joined while I was gone. All right. So it was. I'm going to go ahead and reread this since some other people have jumped on. Showing others who suffer how we were given help is the very thing which makes life seem so worthwhile to us now. Cling to the thought that in God's hands, the dark past is the greatest possession you have, the key to life and happiness for others. With it, you can avert death and misery for them." Page 124. Still a little hard to breathe. It's going to be a couple more weeks before I am healed. Before I'm healed. You sure this is page 124? Yep. All right. Okay. It's going to be a repeat, so we're going to hear it a third time. It's all right. Our forgetters work real well. Right. I'm going to read the paragraph before, too. Henry Ford once made a wise remark to the effect that experience is a thing of supreme value in life. And so this morning I was thinking about this, and I'm like, I'm not going to go. That's not a place I'm going to go. I'm sorry, guys. It's something that crossed my mind where it's like, what level of education do you need to be to work at a freaking detox? You have to have a master's degree. It is just overdone. It is too much. I'll go work there for free for 2 weeks just to prove it. Just to prove it. But I don't know if they want that. See, I'm getting pushback on it too. I don't like it. All right, this is true only if one is willing to turn the past into good account. We grow by our willingness to face and rectify errors and convert them into assets. The alcoholic's past thus becomes the principal asset of the family, and frequently is almost the only one. The painful past may be infinite value to other families still struggling with their problem. So not just the alcoholic, but everybody in the family, man, is affected by this shit. And everybody in the family needs to get help. Right? Take a look at brothers and sisters and stuff. Right? So how do we do that? Because we know that we can't go and do anything about it. Then we utilize being an example, right? You do that living amends. We think each family which has been relieved owes something to those who do not. And I absolutely agree with that. I believe we think each family who has been owes something. Okay. There's people out there stopping me from paying back what I owe. That's what's frustrating me. It's starting to come together now. A lot of people weren't here for the beginning. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at today. So if I seem flighty or whatever, that's kind of what's going on. And when the occasion requires, each member should be only too willing to bring former mistakes, no matter how grievous, out of their hiding place. I don't have anything to hide anymore. If I need to pull something out of my experience to help somebody else, I don't think twice about it. I don't. I feel comfortable with it. Right? Now I'm going to use my intuition with this person. I'm going to place myself where they are at because I've been there, so I know how it feels, don't I? Yes, I do. I know exactly how it feels. And we can go back there with them with no danger. Showing others who suffer how we were given help is the very thing which makes life seem so worthwhile to us now. Cling to the thought that in God's hands, the dark past is the greatest possession you have, the key to life and happiness for others. With it, you can avert death and misery for others. It is possible to dig up past misdeeds till they become a blight, a veritable plague. For example, we know of situations in which the alcoholic or his wife have had love affairs. In the first flush of spiritual experience, I'm not even going to go over that. We families of Alcoholics Anonymous keep few skeletons in the closet. Everyone knows about the other's alcoholic troubles. This is the condition which in ordinary life would produce untold grief. There might be scandalous gossip, laughter at the expense of other people, and the tendency to take advantage of intimate information. Among us, these are rare occurrences. We do not talk about each other a great deal. But we almost invariably temper such talk by a spirit of love and tolerance. All right? Love and tolerance. Again? Again. Yeah, we got to do it again today. Love and tolerance is our code, right? Man, I just go down there. Hey guys, I'm here. Yeah, I thought you had left, babe. You scared me. Man, I thought somebody might be in the house. I'm like, oh shit. What gift is for me to realize that all those seemingly useless years were not wasted. Now, because I hear this a lot, man, that was just I wasted my life away and now I'm this old, or, no, you didn't. No. So God had a path and here you are. And now you get to do this. Back to quality, not quantity. The most degrading and humiliating experiences turn out to be the most powerful tools in helping each other to recover. In knowing the depths of shame and despair, I can reach out with a loving and compassionate hand and know that the grace of God is available to me. And that's what we do with our newcomers. Don't get overly zealous with newcomers either. Rah, 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 bish, boom, but now. Don't, Don't pat them on the head, tell them it's going to be okay, because it's not okay. Our behavior is not okay. What I usually do with new people is I let them know it's not your fault. You have a disease. You have a mental illness that you cannot control. Nobody can control their mental illness. We can do certain things. Have you ever heard of an ounce of prevention? Maybe setting yourself up for the day so that you're not triggered by things. That's a difficult one. Especially if you haven't started anything for it, right? Another thing I'm going to let people know. And I repeat this a lot, but we are not doctors. We are not lawyers. Stop handing out advice. I don't see anybody here doing it, but in other groups, I mean, they're just, no. See a doctor. Okay? They're trying to figure out how much, I don't understand. I never really got into the drugs portion, so I don't know much about the pills and stuff. But they were asking, how long before I should go on Suboxone after this much fentanyl? And there's like all these answers. I'm like, go see a doctor or ask a pharmacist, because I don't know. I know what my experience was, but it may not be your experience. See, we tend to think that we have our own, that our experience is the only. No. Corey's experience has been different from mine. Trish's, Jill's, David's, everyone here. Oh, if you don't know something, you don't know. That's okay. I don't know, but I can find out, right? I can find that information out and just call KP Pharmacy for you. Pretty easy stuff. But for them, it's very confusing still, right? Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh. It's kind of like, I'll ask a friend, they're going through a problem. Did you ask God? No. I ask this one a lot too. Huh, Trish? Take any time for yourself? See, if you call me and something's going on, I'm going to be able to see right through. I'm going to be able to Tetris all the way through that and get to the core of what's actually going on. And there's a good chance I won't tell you. What I will do is form it in a question that's comfortable. Like, when was the last time you took time for yourself? Usually this is the answer. Well, yeah, so go take time for yourself. Yeah. See, most answers are very, very simple. And we have them all. I'm going to give my wife a hug. Goodbye. Love you, baby. Have a good day. Love you too. Be careful.
Yeah.
All right. Now I have the time to do this because all my kids are out of the house and stuff, and I don't have too many family responsibilities, but I decompress every day. Every day. I at least give myself an hour. Whether it's watching a TV show, playing video games, playing my drums, going for a walk, I take time away from the program so that I can see a little bit clearer. My subconscious needs to go through all the information for the day. And when we don't let ourselves process, then that processing starts to build up, and then things don't get solved and we feel stagnant. Okay. So even if it seems like it's a small problem that doesn't need to be taken care of, take care of it today, now. Take care of it now, right? Let's get rid of the porn here. I'll take care of this today, you guys. All right. I was the guy from yesterday. I must have. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Yeah, okay. Don't click on that. Okay, now they're blocked on YouTube. All right. Okay. So if you're going through your fourth and your fifth step, or you still feel guilty about your past, I'm not going to tell you to let it go, because you kind of need that guilt. You need to go through those feelings of feeling guilty about it. It's how it is. But you will get to a point. You will get to a point where your past just won't bother you anymore. Right? You will share certain portions of your past. Maybe there's some things in your past you don't share with very many people, but when you need to, you do it. Right? If it's really private, don't say it in a and you don't want to say it, then you don't need to say it in a meeting. Just go to them afterwards. Hey, can I get your phone number? Maybe we can talk a little bit. My experience is a little bit like yours. Go out there, put forth some effort. Go out there and find a sponsee. Quit waiting for people to ask you to be your fucking sponsor. For dear God, how lazy we've gotten. Drives me a little crazy, man. It does. I'm not saying it's the right way, but it's the right way. Bill didn't pick his sponsor. Bob didn't pick his sponsor. Abby didn't pick his sponsor. None of those people picked their sponsor. Sponsors have gotten lazy. I can tell you right now, that would all change if we did one thing. Got people in recovery working in detoxes. I'm telling you, it's what it is. It's what it is. It's what it is. The fact that I go to a meeting and there's like 5 people is ridiculous. I'm not used to that here. So, yeah, see, Chris agrees with me. Thank you, Chris. You know, and that's just so you guys believe me that that's the way it used to work. It didn't used to be, if you're willing to sponsor, please raise your hand. I don't ever raise my hand. I'm available to sponsor people. Yeah, I am. But I like those men that are a little fucked up in the head. Yeah. Ones that have gone like really down, that really need my help. That turn around and say, Dion, I've done some fucked up things and I need somebody to talk to. Right. And I pride myself on my HIPAA, man. I do the best I can. I'm not saying I haven't made mistakes. I have. But if you come to me and talk to me about something, it's going to stay with me. Right. All right, guys. There's some weird stuff. It doesn't matter. All right, guys. That's going to be it for daily reflection. I'm going to go get set up for the 10 a.m. meeting. Awesome. All right. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day. Thank you for being here, everyone.